Hey there guys, we're taking a look at Ninja Gaiden Sigma running on the AMD Ryzen 5500U. Now this game was recently added onto the Game Pass along with pretty much the rest of the series. So we got Sigma 1, 2, and 3 added onto the Game Pass, and I've never actually played these games. I've seen people play them before on YouTube, but I actually never played them growing up. So it's been interesting going through and actually playing these. I definitely had to put it on the easiest difficulty because these games are brutal. The closest thing to this that I've ever played is pretty much Neo, and that's a pretty recent thing, and that was not a game that I had a lot of fun playing. But the game right here is pretty much running at the 25 watt TDP, but it's really not necessary at all. You'll see that the game is pretty much never going to be using more than just 15 most of the time, so it's really not necessary. You can just leave this at stock and you'll be able to get good performance because it's running at a locked 60 FPS experience. With 1% lows just dropping down to 55, you're pretty much just going to have the smoothest gaming experience possible. And it's great to see that this actually runs really well, considering that all the graphics settings are pretty much turned on, which, to be fair, it's not a lot of them. You know, there's not a lot you can do here, but it does perform really well, and you can actually get through the entirety of the game perfectly fine at a locked 60 FPS. In the whole time that I played this, I pretty much never ended up dropping in frame rate ever. The only time it ever dropped was when a loading screen would happen, which is just irrelevant information anyway. So overall, I'm very happy to see this perform this well, because this is exactly the type of game that just works so perfectly with this kind of chip, where it's an older game, but really a lot of people still love these games. People are going to sink their time into this, and if you never grew up playing this, well, this is your chance to play it, and it runs really well, and it performs exceptionally, and it might even be running better than what most people that grew up playing this were running it at. You know, this wasn't running at native 1080p back then. Pretty much no console back then was rendering games actually at 1080p, so this is already going to be a pretty much unique experience compared to a lot of people that grew up playing this game. So this is an absolute win, and I'm really happy to see how this performs on here. And I'll definitely be looking at the rest of the series. I might even just bundle up the second and third game into one video. We'll see, but I'll see you guys next time.